human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. Success Redefined challenges the traditional definition of success for women, emphasizing personal fulfillment, purpose, and authentic living. Now, it explores how women can achieve their goals and define their own path to happiness, embracing their unique strengths and values. Hello and welcome to Insight Today. I am Jumai Manson. I am being joined by a family coach. She's a counselor and also an evangelist. Her name is Mrs. Ifensini Ijere. Do not go anywhere. The program Inside Today continues shortly. Stay tuned. That human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today. And today we're going to look at a very I call it a sensitive topic. It's all about success redefined, what it means to win as a woman. Now, like I mentioned, I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it with an amazing individual, a beautiful personality, someone I respect, someone I love. She's my friend, and she is no other person than Mrs. Ifensini Ijere. How you doing, beautiful?
Fine.
It's great to have you on the program.
Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure to have you on Inside Today. Now, talking about redefining success, what comes to mind as a woman, though? What do I mean by attaining that height of success as a woman?
Success means different things to different people.
Yes, it does.
But for women that want to advance, is a shift. We are used to success being the trophies, the external trophies we get, you know. But success for a woman that is advancing is internal transformation, where there's a change of your growth mindset, your core values. What are your core values? What are your whole and wellness goals? What are your contributions to the society, your community, your environment? What legacy are you planning to leave for those that are after you? So for me, it's a total shift from the traditional way of getting titles, positions, and trophies to a place of internal transformation.
You know, some women, they feel when they win, it's when they get married, when they have children, when they attain a degree. But you said something about internal transformation. Is it all about knowing yourself as a woman? Because sometimes we tend to forget ourselves, especially when we are married, that comfort zone where we sit down and we realize that, oh, why should I even pursue that degree? Or why should I'm married, I'm already here. What do you think what results to that kind of problem?
It's our tradition, what our tradition and culture celebrates. Our tradition and culture has put us in the box of it's a man by your side that is your accomplishment.
Exactly.
Yes, and it's much more than that. It's much more than that. As women that are going somewhere, as women that have our dreams, our passions, and desires, it's much more than just having a man by your side. It's about you being all that God has planned for you to be. Like the man, God has plans for him. God has plans for you too, as a woman. So standing up to fulfill your dreams, to live your purpose, and to contribute to your environment matters more than a man by your side.
Let's take a shift now. Let's look at the definition of success. Now, what societal expectations are women often pressured to meet? You know, of course, we have norms, we have values, we have morals, and they tell you. Some will tell you differently and say if you have a man by your side, that's success, that's a win. And now, how do these expectations limit the definition of success
For a woman.
for a woman? Yes.
It's more than for me right now, it's breaking the norms. You know, there are traditions and cultures that have been put into place that have put a limitation on us. And so every tradition that pops on my face, I check the limitations they have brought to us as women, our gender, what limitation has this, what box has this placed us women into. So for me, it's breaking the norms and growing beyond the normal woman. What will a normal woman achieve? Just sit down at home and take care of her family, you know. Yes, we're meant to take care of our family, but there's more to you. There is more to you. There is more to what God has placed inside of you. There is more you can give. It's like, okay, let me just bring this from the Bible. You know, it's like that coin when the man gave them coins, you know, and the one that he gave one coin buried it. And the one he gave 5 and 10 and 20 all multiplied it. So why are we following the traditions where we are burying our talents, burying our giftings, instead of multiplying them? So I think that's a traditional culture that needs to be broken. We need to multiply our talents and giftings. We can't just sit down as women and bury our giftings, and our men are multiplying their giftings. It's a no-no. We need to do more.
Now let's look at spiritual success now. A lot of women, like I mentioned, some women become a shadow of themselves when it comes to when you feel that you've attained that height that you've already prayed for, you've already asked God for all the things you've wanted, and at the same point there's a level between your physical and the spiritual. What's the level of spiritual success? When do you know that there's that success that you've attained as a woman? And people will tell you, of course, the man is the head of the family, but as a woman, what is the success you're to contribute to that particular family?
Spiritually, like I always say, there are no limits. There's always a new ground to break spiritually. There's always something new in the spirit that God has for us as human beings. And so there is no, I beg to say that there is no success spiritually. We just need to keep pressing for more of God. There is more of God, and we have to go for it. You know, how much of God can we carry?
Exactly.
So there's no success in that sense. It's just a place of going for more, you know, as a woman, and standing as a pillar for your family, you know, when it comes to our spiritual stand.
But I want to ask, sorry to interject, when you say standing as a pillar for your family as a woman, do you, and then that's where the success I'm talking about, that's where I'm navigating towards, that as a woman, you can actually stand when it comes to prayers. Some women do not have that. They'll tell you it's a gift. Some people have it, some people don't. But as a woman, to be successful, is it a must that you must have it? To be able to stand firm and to be able to, you know, hold hands and pray and tell your husband or tell your children everything's going to be all right. Does that does that, is that a way of saying that you're successful in that area?
Oh, yes. We women are meant to be pillars in our homes. And the truth of the matter is, we are the ones that it's on our shoulders most times, because some men do it, most times to imbibe that spiritual aspect, not religious,
Exactly.
spiritual aspect to to our children and in our homes. So standing as a pillar in our homes is very important for the success of our homes.
Exactly. That's where I was driving
For the
at.
success of our homes. So it's important that we, prayer is one thing that it's not a gift, but it's what God has commanded that we should do. Every religion pray.
Of course.
That's one thing every religion do. So prayer is one thing that, and there's not too much prayer. I always say that there is no too much prayer. Pray as much as you can pray. Pray, pray, pray. You know, your children depend on you. Your husband depends on you. So be that pillar.
When you say your husband depends on you, is it to keep it together, to ensure that the home front and every other thing is it's on check and everything is fine?
Yes, yes. It's a default setting in their mind, and so because they have seen their mother do it, or their auntie, if their mother failed, they have seen their auntie do it. They have seen their friend's wife do it. So it's just a default setting that, oh, you should be a pillar for the house spiritually,
And you must do it.
and you must do it.
I like that. Now let's look at self-love. We're going to come back to that. We're going to talk about self-love because most people fall out of that when it comes to issues like that. Let's go on a very quick break. And when the program continues, we'll delve quickly into self-love. It's Inside Today on Global Television. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. That human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. All right, you are welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today, and we're looking at success, of course, in a woman. Very important for us to understand that. Now, what I said, we're going to talk about a bit about self-love. Now, to Mrs. Ifensimi, I want to ask you a question. Now, what role does self-love, self-acceptance, and self-compassion play in a woman's journey to success?
Wow, self-love. I will say that the more you give your services to the people around you, you bring yourself into that place where, okay, let me put it this way so it's not misunderstood. Loving yourself is being there for yourself, to be successful for yourself. And when you're successful for yourself, you'll be successful for every other person. Yeah? So you have to be first successful for yourself. You have to be first strong for yourself. You have to first give yourself that time to rest. You know, I noticed that the more we rest, the more we can give out. But when we expel so much of ourselves, we can't give out to the people around us as much as we should. So loving yourself is treat, you know, don't beat yourself about issues, mistakes, setbacks, you know. So It's important that we don't beat ourselves over those kind of things. There's no perfect person.
Yes.
You know,
I like
there's no perfect life.
no perfect life. I understand.
Yeah.
Now let's look at growth mindset. What am I supposed to look at when it comes to that growth of that part of success redefined? How do I look at it? Important when it comes to growth mindset, me understanding that okay, this is growth here. I recognize it. Some people do not recognize growth. But what are those challenges or the advantage or disadvantage surrounding all of that?
One of the things I will say is effort is mastery. As for you to have a growth mindset, you should put effort to what you do. You know, the more consistent you are at it, the more mastering you gain from it. So put your work at it. Burn candles to get that life or that dream of that passion or that goal that you want. Embrace challenges. Challenges are part of life. You know, I see young people beat themselves over challenges. Like if you're an entrepreneur in Nigeria, in this environment, you know there will be challenges with light. There'll be challenges with water. There'll be challenges. So there are other ways to get light into our space. So you overcome those challenges. You look for more things that help you not to just have one light source. So you get solar, you get generator. So embrace the challenges that comes with life. You know, people don't like embracing the challenges. They like to complain or beat themselves over it. No, there is no light, but there is solar. Go for it.
Exactly.
If there's no solar, there's generator. Go for it. So, you know, you just have to keep yourself in that place of persistent. You have to persistently face setbacks. So it's just putting yourself out there that whatever comes, you hit it down and keep moving. If you can't run, make sure you walk. If you can't walk, make sure you crawl. And if you can't crawl, just move. Anyhow, make an effort to move.
Make an effort to move. I like that. Now, let us quickly go on a very, very quick break and then we'll be back because I really have some more questions to ask Mrs. Ife and Simi in Jerry. Do not go anywhere inside today. That human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. All right, you're welcome back to Inside Today. And like I mentioned, the topic is success redefined. Now, for someone out there with that growth mindset, how do I recognize it as a woman? So I will be asking Mrs. Ifensimi, how people with the growth mindset, what do they do and how do I recognize that, okay, this is it, this is growth?
They try new strategies. You know, strategies are part of life. You don't leave blank. You think of the next thing to do that will move you forward. So you have to learn how to try new strategies. Then learn something new. There's always something new to learn. You know, don't just stay in a box. Learn something new. Then make big changes. Yes. People with growth mindsets, they make big changes, you know, and that advance them. You know, that adds to their feather, that adds to their caps to thrive.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then once you start making these changes, but they have to be positive changes.
Oh, yes.
Importantly.
Very
these
important.
changes of growth, Mrs. Ifensimi, I want to ask, sometimes is it easy? People say the only constant thing in life is change, but sometimes people drag and stagger before they can actually make that change that can make a difference. How do you go about such?
I will always say that nothing is easy. Even staying at a spot is not easy.
True.
So why not make advances? Why not strategize, try something new, or make a big new change to move your life forward and beautify your way.
Okay. Now, I have one more question to ask before we wrap it up on the program Inside Today. Or will I say two more questions to ask? Because I always enjoy your company, Mrs. Ifensimi. Now, looking at this critically, how can women navigate the challenges of work-life balance and create a life both that is fulfilling and, of course, sustainable at the same time? That work life, being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a career woman, being a wife. How can I balance all of that and still have that fulfilling, and it's still fulfilling and, of course, sustainable?
The truth of the matter is we need to learn how to to put our priorities right. When our priorities are right for every season, we are not under pressure. So we are able to accomplish those things that we are meant to be. So it's not every time it's 100% you have to be a wife. It's not every time it's 100% you have to be a mother.
Exactly.
But seasons like that come when your children need your attention, you know, at a certain time, and you identify it and you shut down other things and attend to that child. Or maybe your husband needs you for that moment, or maybe it's your work that needs you for that moment. Maybe you're meant to get a new skill to make you advance in that. So you are not able to give your family the 100% of you at that time. You need to give your career or your work that 100%, but just make sure you know how to bring your priorities upward at every time. Don't overwhelm yourself. It can never be 100%.
Exactly.
So don't beat yourself about it.
I like the fact that you said it can never be 100%. Now, the final question is, what does it mean to win as a woman? And how can women celebrate their accomplishments and recognize their own worth? Like, knowing that you have that worth inside of you, how can I recognize it and say, okay, this is an accomplishment. I recognize my worth as a woman.
I will always say that winning is not a single trophy movement. It's an accumulation of forces, of contributions, whether small or big, that we bring into our environment. So it's an accumulation. Yeah? It's not a single trophy.
Okay.
So winning is not just getting one trophy, as in, I got this.
Exactly.
No. Accumulation, you accumulate this, you accumulate, and you accumulate. And you just see yourself winning on all fronts. So we need to bring our accumulation force to all our contributions.
Okay.
In all the ways.
All right.
So when we redefine success around us, we impact, we empower, we transform, we open door for every woman to win on her own terms, and to help countless others win too.
Really? So it has to be on her own terms now?
Yes, every woman should win on her own terms.
Really? But what
Very important.
But really, sometimes, isn't it hard when you have, like you said, a lot of people need your attention.
Yeah.
And you have to give attention to your husband at that point, your children at that point, your siblings at that point, your parents at that point. So, but what if it's, I want it at my, can I really give, can it really be at my own terms?
Do what works for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you recognize your success.
Yes, you recognize it.
Really? Well, Mrs. Ifensini, I'm always happy when you're here with me on Insight Today. You know, there's this spark that you bring. Like I mentioned, Mrs. Ifensini is in Jerry. She's a family coach, a family counselor. She is an evangelist. And of course, she is an amazing individual, always doing a lot. She's doing a lot, really, when it comes to entrepreneurship, bringing children together. She is a philanthropist and all of that. I know you don't want me saying that, but that's the truth. That's who she is, an amazing personality. Well, at this point, you know, Success Redefined will say, by encouraging women to embrace their individuality and redefine success in their own terms, like she mentioned. Now, it emphasizes the importance of self-discovery, pursuing passion and building a fulfilling life aligned with personal values. Now, this encourages women to celebrate their achievements, support one another, and inspire future generations to redefine success for themselves. Thank you all so much for being a part of Insight Today. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ifensimi Injere. Thank you for being a part of Insight Today. I had an amazing time with you, as always. All right, I am Jumai Manson. Have an amazing day ahead. But let's say bye-bye together. Bye.